What's up everyone? Welcome to Finance with Tony. I'm Tony and here we are sharing some ideas about a frugal lifestyle. I don't do those boring videos about the compounding effect or long-term financial goals. I'm a two-time entrepreneur and hot hello from Siberia because I decided to start this channel with an observation of my city where I live now, to give you the scoop what's going on in Siberia. And if you are just regular a regular observer and you probably associate you could associate Siberia with a huge chunk of ice and also taiga and also maybe tundra. So feel free to check out my channel. I made a lot of videos about infrastructure here in Novosibirsk city. It's an unofficial capital of Siberia, and so in this video I'll elaborate a couple of moments regarding with my habits and regarding with my mindset, and hopefully you'll extract some valuable ideas for your infrastructure, for your personal circumstances, and you'll be maybe a little bit more wealthy and healthy. So let's hit the ground running, and without further ado, let's dive right in. First of all, recently I made the video about wedding traditions in Siberia, and I did say that that usually people celebrate weddings in restaurants, but also I would like to add that also often it could be something like some buildings like this. There is a hall for or I would say it's not like a concert hall, but it's like space for weddings and events and celebrations, other celebrations. So basically it's the restaurant, but they also have some extra space for such events, and also actually it's quite I wouldn't say it's something typical, but I mean buildings like this, it could be those halls or event halls could be situated in any types of business buildings. Sorry. So our next turning point, or our next point of interest in this video will be the houses, and regarding with apartments, utilities. Feel free to check out my previous videos on this channel, and taxes, also housing taxes, real estate taxes. On the background you can see the building that I observed in one of my previous videos. It called this housing building called, or apartment building, this building called La Grande, like something French, like La Grande, and they have even the model of El Tower in the Elf Tower in their playground. So I mean, in front of this building. Here's a typical fruits stand, like French outdoor. I mean, it's typical, like it's not a typical place for everybody. I've never bought anything in places like this. Like, it is really looks a little bit unsecure for me. I mean, without I prefer going to supermarket, grocery shop. I mean, traditional grocery shopping. But some people would like, because immigrants, they probably can sell a little bit cheaper, maybe with some extra smile, extra services, you know, like gifts, small gifts and surprise gifts, so on. So I made also I made another video about this building. It used to be my home. I mean, I used to rent an apartment here a few years ago when I started my company that's called MaxGen Promo. MaxGen Promo is the first digital advertising agency in Siberia or even in North Asia that specialized in post-per-click advertising. I mean, basically it's the search advertising in Google, Facebook, and so on. So we have we shift to remote workplaces. We shifted to the remote workplaces like in 2019, right, just 6 or 8 months before pandemic hit, and before pandemic started here in Siberia. And so to make the long story short, I was a CEO of my company and so on, but overall at this point when I quit my regular job in 2013, I just used to figure out that there is no way for me to waste time, you know, to waste like 1 hour a day, like a couple of hours a day, or maybe even 3 hours a day, just to stuck in the traffic jams. And Novosibirsk has a population of 1.6 million people, and also we have quite a decent public infrastructure, like I mean transportation system. But anyway, the main part, the majority of the population live in the suburban areas, and I used to live in the suburban area as well, and that's called Koltsova. It's sort of science city. It's turned to be, actually recently it's turned to be the city of the Russian vaccine against COVID-19. Because it's a place for biotech and quite a and one of the largest pharmaceutical companies is based here, based there in Koltsova. They have the revenue above $100 million, and it's quite a decent size for the company here in Novosibirsk City in Siberia. So back to my story. Sorry that I a little bit rumble in my speech. And back to my story, to how I rented apartment, why I decided to relocate, because I used to rent an apartment in this building. Behind me, it's an old business center that's called Sovetskaya 64. Sovetskaya 64. It's one of the oldest business centers here in Novosibirsk City. So I used to. Sorry, I made the video about this building as well. Feel free to check out my my previous videos on this channel. So when I quit my regular job, I used to work as a sales representative, and I used to travel. I used to drive across Siberia like 75,000 kilometers a year, and I shifted my. I changed my. I used to change my. I was changing my location every week, and I used to work as a sales representative in 3 global companies. And back to the 2013, I decided to quit my job. I used to earn like more than 20. No, more. Just a second. Yeah, it was more than 24,000 euros a year, and it's quite maybe it's peanuts for some places, but here in Siberia it's quite a decent income, and also all my expenses for a car was covered by my employer. I used to drive Mazda 6, new Mazda 6 in sport with sports tuning, you know, like and it was it was a car by my employer. I mean, my employer provided me this car. Also, I had health insurance, and also even life insurance for more than 150,000 euros. So back then I built my career as a sales representative, and in 2013 I quit my job, and we started our venture from scratch. And we used to rent an office, a small or really small office in this building. And at this point, I was thinking about my new schedule, and I just realized that I simply can't miss like 1 month a year, or working months a year, stuck in the traffic jams. You know, like living in the suburban area, and that's why in this point I quit to live in my own apartment in suburban areas, which was actually like, I guess 700 square feet, something like that. Pretty decent apartment, and everything was fine. But I relocated to this area, and I rented an apartment here for $300. And you know, from this after that, from this time, I just totally appreciate my lifestyle, and I live in the central part of the city. And after that, I used to live in Moscow also sometime, and also I was able maintain my lifestyle in the center of the fifth most populated capital in the world. So my next take would be on real estate. Usually it's quite a to finish my story about our company. It's we have even though we are working remotely right now, we have some like 6 office spaces and office places, sorry, and workplaces, I mean, and our office is situated in the center of Novosibirsk city. You can check out my videos, my previous videos on this channel again. And the company became one of the largest advertising agencies in Novosibirsk city, and we were acquired in 2019 by one of the largest advertising agencies in Russia, from Moscow. And so at this point I left the company, and that in November it would be 2 years of my middle-aged retirement. I mean, I don't have regular income, but it's sort of middle-aged retirement. And so I really suggest you reconsider your lifestyle if you're commuting every day, like a couple of hours or 3 hours a day, and I mean every work day. And if you make the math, you'll find the same answer as me. I believe that you actually miss like you could miss like 1 work month a year doing this. So, and my last point for this video would be about real estate. One of the common sources of business here, or investments here in Siberia, is buying an apartment in the early construction stage, like you can see on the background, and also after the building going to be complete, those people can sell this apartment or use it for rent, whatever. And usually it's 3x or 5x comparing, depending on the particular offer, particular object. So that would be my take on the lifestyle, on your schedule, on your preferences related to regarding with commuting versus commuting from the urban from the suburban areas suburban areas versus renting apartments. apartment near your working place, or yeah, near your working space. And I really appreciate, guys, that you're coming along, and thanks for coming along. Thanks for using Finance with Tony. Please remember to subscribe with notifications, and please press thumbs up. Please leave any comments in the section below. It will really help. It really helps to promote this video. I mean, due to YouTube algorithm. Please leave any comments in the comment section below this video, and also I really appreciate your attention, and have a great day.